one, not only was it close, but he took the fight on super short notice.
He shouldn't have done that.
He
And that's why I didn't pick him.
I agree. He should have done that.
You shouldn't be fighting Kamzat on 10, 12 days notice.
Yeah, it's almost
that's all he had?
disrespectful. Yeah, it's very disrespectful because Usman's a monster, but Khamzat is...
He's different.
Yeah, he's different.
Should not have taken that fight on short notice.
I mean, but if he did it on short notice and almost won.
But you know, part of it, though, Khamzat broke his hand in the fight in the first round.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't know. Had he not broken his hand, it might not have been.
He's a striker?
Yes.
Khamzat, yeah, wrestler. He's a very talented fighter.
Yes. He shouldn't have taken the fight on short notice. And now I think his confidence is just shot. I don't know. That's 3 losses in a row.
The more, yeah, I mean, I hope
you fall way
they
down
run it
in
back.
the ranks.
I think he's going to run it back.
Khamzat's not fighting him again. Khamzat's got to go up.
No, I understand that, but like I think he can run it back. I feel confident that he's going to. Usman's a talented fighter. I feel like he's going to run it back. I feel like one of the things that's fucked him up so much in the past is how quickly
he keeps trying to jump right back in.
Yeah, no, I'm saying how quickly he rose through the ranks. He moved through the ranks like very quickly, right?
Like 20-0 or something like that.
Yeah, he rose through the ranks like very quickly. So I think once you do that and because I'm not gonna say his success was fast, but he had a title shot a lot sooner than a lot of other fighters might have gotten it. And I think once you've achieved that level of success, like it's hard to like go backwards. And once you've seen yourself as champion, it's very difficult to identify as anything else once you're in the division.
Well, now he cannot identify as a champion.
No, of course he can't. Like he's so far removed.
And that's why I think this is going to be really tough. His fall from grace is kind of epic.
You saw John Jones cancellation.
He tore his pectoral muscle.
Yeah.
Set off.
Yeah, super disciplined.
Off the bone.
That's like 9 months.
Yeah,
yes.
Niggas.
Exactly what it is.
Niggas train like way too hard.
Clearly.
Yeah, like if you're doing sparring sessions and you're treating it like the fight, because I mean I believe at this point John Jones, like even without any further training, like could beat Stipe.
I wouldn't be that presumptuous.
Nah, he definitely. Nah, he definitely would have watched it.
I wonder if that weight also, him putting on a lot more weight.
But he did it the right way.
He did do it the right way, but still, that's a lot more weight you putting on, and that.
But you got it.
It's a lot more aggressive, probably at them. You training with heavyweights, trying to pick up and.
It's closer to what John Jones' walk around weight is than when he cut weight to fight lightweight. Also, even when he was lightweight, a lot of heavyweights was like John is still a problem. John was still washed.
I do think this late in his career, tearing your pec off the bone, as they say, having to take 8 to 9 months of recovery, I think this changes a lot of things. He's not gonna have a lot of fights.
John, I think
he fights Stipe, and maybe we see it.
And when you start getting injuries like that, big injuries at that age, it's usually
John's career at this point, I feel like, of course, a lot of people still regard John as the GOAT, but I feel like he could have so much more stamped that legacy if it wasn't for all the other.
About to say,
what?
But Conor?
No, I wasn't gonna say that.
Okay.
John, I think because John, I feel like at least Conor McGregor is like he's rich as shit. Like he doesn't have to work another day in his life.
That's a fact.
Like, and the UFC will roll out the cover for him anytime he wants. So Conor McGregor is walking away from any UFC fight with at least like $20 to $50 million type shit, right?
John did not handle his business.
John wasn't on top of it, and John like gave up too much ground in regards to leveraging. You was leveraging yourself at the wrong times, like same thing with like a Nick Diaz. Yeah. So when you look at John's career, I think he got like maybe 2 more MMA fights in him, and then that last fight is probably going to be what Ngannou did with Tyson Fury, and just one big like cross promotional
cash grab.
One big cash grab, and he's done.
Yeah, I think John is almost out of here.
I mean, he should
story career.
And I mean, you say he's rich as shit. I'm sure John Jones is far from poor.
No, he's far from poor, but like he's not like
but
John Jones.
He didn't maximize his earning potential.
John Jones got. I could fuck this money up in a generation money.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised. A lot of money you can fuck up in a generation.
Most money is fucked up in a generation.
It's hard to, my nigga. I'm telling you, it's very hard to fuck up $300 million.
I don't think very hard.
I don't think
very
not at all.
I think it's very hard to keep $300 million and make it generational wealth. I think that's harder than
Nah, my nigga.
No.
I think once you get to a space where you have $300 million, you have to work very hard to fuck that up.
I don't know. I mean, I think
I don't have it.
There's $100 million houses.
Yeah, but like I don't know a lot of people that are dumb enough to just go and just buy a house for $100 million cash.
You'd be surprised.
We see a lot of these athletes lose a lot.
Yeah, you'd be
Yeah.
surprised.
Athletes lose
Yeah,
a lot.
but like you got to think about like as soon as you like there are like companies or say me you were working with like a promotion. As soon as they write you that check, 9 times out of 10 that check comes with a financial rep or some type of that happens a lot.
Maybe you know different promotions than I know.
Not all boxing promotions. I don't think they give a fuck. But I'm saying like when you do certain deals. So for instance, one of Connor's big what's that called again was when he sold Proper Whiskey, right?
Proper number 12.
Proper number 12. Like that comes with like a team of people already like attached to it. So like once you get the money, there's certain like infrastructures that you have in place where like it's very, very hard for you to fuck up the bread.
With the team of people.
No, of course, payroll and like expenses.
Yeah, I'm sure when you're that level, you're a business entity.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. So you have lawyers, accountants, you have that stuff. It's run like a business.
Yep.
Right? But that's not just given to you. You have to set that up.
Yeah, of course. But I'm saying once it's set up for the business, and obviously the business was successful and he was able to scale it and sell it, you already to a degree have an infrastructure set up where the people underneath you have a vested interest in keeping you rich because that's where their livelihood remains.
Yeah, if they still work for you, because maybe they just work
That's
for Proper Whiskey.
So, and speaking of boxing promotions, you see Showtime.
Oh, it's a wrap.
Yeah, it's done.
Showtime's done with boxing.
It was a good run, guys.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what this does
I
for
heard-
boxing overall, for promotions overall, for big fights.
I feel like it opens up room. Part of what...
And for context, can you give us a little context first? I'm sorry, Ray.
Yeah.
Boom. Showtime's been doing boxing 37 years or something like that. I can't remember the exact number. But recently, Showtime was purchased by Paramount.
Yes.
Paramount also owns CBS. So Paramount isn't taking the sports division of Showtime. So it's not just Showtime boxing, it's Showtime basketball, that stuff. So all the smoke.
All Showtime sports.
Yeah. And all their sports content will be produced by CBS now.
Okay.
And they don't want to take boxing at all. So boxing's out. So now
No HBO.
HBO's gone. So
they're
now it's
already
just
backed
The
up.
Zone and ESPN.
Okay.
And apparently Amazon is in talks to get involved.
Wow.
Which I think could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
With the current promoter for Showtime, which
And
is
Amazon
PBC.
also recently just took over, I think, Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
They have football as well now.
If Amazon takes over boxing, I think, one, that's amazing because I'm a Prime member, so that works out.
Who got the Super
And
Bowl?
two,
Super Bowl hasn't changed hands in a long time. I think that's channel 7 or.
and it's ABC.
I think it
I think
switches back and
somebody-
forth.
So yeah,
Really?
no, there's a
I know the
streaming service
promotion
that got
switches
it.
back and forth. Pepsi and Coke, I know are some of the biggest sponsors.
think
They
it-
switch back and
A
forth.
think it
streaming
switches
service
from,
got
like-
it this year.
CBS to NBC, I think they alternate years or some shit like that.
We might need to fact check that, but okay.
But
Could be right.
I think what happened to Showtime is what's happening to a lot of forms of content is like content, the barrier of entry is so low now. And like it's becoming democratized to a degree. Like it hurts when there's competition, especially when your product was already inferior.
So, at least from the sports standpoint, that didn't happen.
I was about to say the
Because-
barrier of entry in sports is way different though.
Yeah,
No, I'm saying people are putting on fights like right and left.
Who?
yeah, it's just mostly just Showtime, The Zone, and
The Zone.
ESPN. There's only
Yeah.
3 people that really put the
Yeah,
fights on.
yeah, you're not just putting on a professional fight.
Um,
Or getting a football game or a basketball game. Or
I think they probably looked at the business, and I don't know this for a fact.
Yeah, so
They probably just weren't seeing the return.
who's setting up the Ngannou Tyson Fury fight?
ESPN.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you gotta. Only these major networks do major sporting events.
Yeah, and we've seen other networks try to do boxing. And
Yeah, because
I-
what's that called again? When they did it,
damn, that's
when
crazy.
what? Oh, my bad.
You've seen these other networks
I was having a thought. My bad.
try to do boxing, and they can't do it to that
why.
level, or they realize the cost and they stop. Remember, Adrian Broner was originally supposed to fight on All Black or whatever it was, or BLK,
Yeah,
That's
it
a
was the
porn
box.
fight.
whatever it was. He was supposed to fight
Black is the point.
Yeah.
Sir.
So
Yeah.
is BOK?
Okay, I mean you got it.
Oh,
I'm not gonna battle you, but yeah.
But he was supposed to fight
We
on.
can have that conversation. No.
He's supposed to
Oh,
fight
y'all about
on.
to fight over your
That's
favorite
crazy.
porn shit is crazy.
He's supposed to fight on one of those, and one of them couldn't. The fight just went away, and then he went to the one that we watched, and that's when they had the motherfucker that was commentating.
Yeah.
Niggas be fighting and
Niggas
shit.
be fighting.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers be fighting.
You know what I mean? So they can't just. I think they realized that
Wait, what's that called?
the expense of it.
The niggas from that do versus.
Tim and Swiss? Oh, Triller.
Triller?
Yeah, Triller.
Yeah, they do like celebrity boxing and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So that does happen.
That's not actual.
I was say, I think that's a lot different. That's literally just
Wait,
getting
so
too
those
many-
are expositions? They're not sanctioned.
None of those are sanctioned.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
and
I think the
Paul,
polls. I think the polls are the only ones that got like some shit going on with theirs, right?
Well, they got Amanda Serrano, so I know she is a sanctioned fight. She is licensed to fight, but I don't even know if her
Because I
bouts
think-
are
and the cost even
real.
for that is way lower than what it is to put on a Showtime fight in a 20,000 person arena.
Yeah,
and
over
you have
Vegas and that, yeah.
But
8 boxers
they're,
making $1 million.
they're getting
each.
ranked off those fights, though. The fights are counting towards their records.
Not everybody.
what did
That's
it
why I said
record-
Amanda maybe, but
The,
not
the,
the
no,
Paul
the
brothers.
Paul brothers, yeah, I think it counts towards their record.
Nah, when him and Mayweather fought, that was just an exhibition. That didn't.
No, I'm not talking about the Mayweather fight. I'm talking about some of the more recent fights.
When he fought Tommy Fury, that was the first one that helped him. If he won, he would have been in the rankings.
Yeah.
So he does have a professional boxing record.
So he's 0-1 then. Because that's the only professional boxer that he fought.
Oh, he lost to Fury?
Right, but
Yeah.
I believe they counted his other stuff as boxing matches. When he fought the guy from MMA, what was his name?
Well, he fought 3 guys.
Yeah, I think Woodley. I think they counted those fights.
Even like Nate, the basketball player too.
They didn't count the basketball player one.
Can't count that.
He fought Nate Diaz,
They didn't fight Nate
Diaz,
Diaz.
he fought Rashad.
he did fight Nate Diaz.
What's
Yeah.
the black dude?
Rashad Evans.
Rashad Evans.
Not
No,
Rashad
not
Evans. It wasn't Rashad. It was
his name was
Tyson Woodley.
And just to circle back, so the Super Bowl does alternate every year.
So between who? ABC and CBS or something like that?
NBC, CBS, and Fox, it seems like. So we're in 2023. Fox has it this year. NBC had it last year. CBS has it 2024.
Okay.
And then 2025 it goes back to Fox. So they alternate every year.
Yeah, major sporting events are always going to be on major networks. The Olympics is coming up next year. They always
Who watches that?
A lot of people watch the Olympics.
What are you talking about?
A lot of people watch the Olympics. Olympics
Really?
will be in Paris. I might.
No, I thought they.
People watch basketball for pre-qualifying Olympics this year.
No, what I'm saying is like they said the viewership's going down. I remember I used to watch the Olympics, but like now I feel like at large the public doesn't really care that much anymore.
I think it depends on the event.
And sports consumption has changed.
Yeah.
Whereas before, sports was something that you sat there, watched live in the moment. And then even if you missed that, then you watch Sports Center or whatever. And then you can kind of get the trickle-down effect of like a game's coming on after that or before that, whatever that you end up kind of watching. Now it's the game's going on. Oh, I just saw Zion dunk.
And then that's it. But that's
that's what it is.
And that goes back to
Sha'Carri Richardson, we never saw her. We just watched.
the last.
Oh, you went through the.
No,
Yeah.
she's been up though. Like I think like people shit on her. She's been doing great.
She's been doing great, but we don't watch the actual race. We watch the clip of her running through.
I've seen a couple of the races.
So who watches the Olympics, Reg?
I don't know, but it wasn't.
Reg?
The race wasn't the Olympics.
No, it wasn't. But you get what I'm saying.
It was the World
Yeah.
Championships. It's what she was last round.
And the only reason I watched that was because we were supposed to be doing like a. Never mind.
So people watch it.
Yeah, it was only work related for me. Like I had nothing to whatever.
No, you're right though. The way people taking content is different. That's why I mentioned like even Pat McAfee. We've seen ESPN. They fired so many people, and they've kind of changed their broadcast. And they highlight Pat McAfee, who was really a podcaster. Then you got Stephen A. and Shannon. Shannon now also has his show. He's technically a podcaster as well.
Two.
Yeah.
So and Stephen A. got a show as well.
But that makes sense because like you have a situation where you're spending like all of this money, like millions of dollars to put this show on, and a YouTuber sitting in his living room is like doing better numbers than you. Like it makes you rethink the way you're doing things.
It does. It definitely does.
And that's why you see a lot of former athletes. There's so many sport podcasts now.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is. You're absolutely
That's
right.
what I'm saying. We gotta go stand outside of that Best Buy and start like keeping people from buying mics stuff.
Because
But I hope he's not a format.
it's the same thing. People are
Boy, do I
gonna
have it.
grab a different mic.
rise to the top.
Oh,
Pat McAfee is gonna go because he's good at it,
He is good.
right?
Yeah.
Cameron and Mace, it is what it is because they're good at it.
Yeah.
You know, like
Shout out to
Yeah, and it can be different type of podcast.
Mason's take on the what's that called again this week was mad funny, by the way.
On Dwight Howard, right?
Yeah.
He's funny.
Nah, him on Mikey Williams was mad funny too.
Yeah, it was
Mikey,
mad
you
funny.
know what I mean? Don't do that. And then he was like,
I gotta go watch that.
But you have other people. I know we all know people that probably do a sports podcast.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you've been doing that sport podcast for 5 years.
Nobody watched it.
You're not probably not that good at it.
I tell people to stop doing podcasts all the time.
That's cool, and I think you just got to sit and reevaluate what's working, what's not working,
market research.
and go from there. You know, if you've done something for 5 years and you don't see
Any type of
anything
incremental-
past 25 listeners, you probably need to alter something.
Yeah, change the
Stop.
format, change something.
No, just stop.
No, I don't. I never
But
think.
So-
just stop.
Sell the mics. You know what I mean?
No, I don't
Start
think
like a
Like Drake said, the
grass
best
cutting
mic.
business.
so. Yeah. I
Like
think-
cut some grass.
Because about that.
we weren't great. We didn't always have views. You grow and you figure it out.
But 5 years, fam.
You're right. Now, if it was 5 years, we were still doing what we were doing
No, I wouldn't.
month
be here.
one,
I wouldn't be here 5 years.
it'd be a problem. We see constant
We had to
growth.
evolve. We had to
Yeah.
evolve.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been here.
Yeah.
What you thought? Tell me what you thought. What you thinking? What you thought? What you thought? What you thought? Tell me what you thought. What you thinking? What you thought?